a list. And I thought to myself, well, we do. We have a
Strike one.
database.
Strike one. I mean,
Exactly.
you need to build a list no matter whether you do birthdays or not. It's like database building is critical to future marketing and future, repeat business and all that kind of stuff. So go on. Yeah, let's talk.
Exactly.
The list is critical. And I'm glad you're bringing up that point. Absolutely important. But
Yep.
you
So
make
with
that super
that,
simple.
exactly. With that in mind, the very first thing we thought of is what we would call strike one and strike two, right? You only get three strikes before you're off home plate and the next batter comes up.
Mm-hmm.
So strike one and strike two was how do we, first off, we have a list. Second off, how do we get you to make your own list? So we put our heads together, we created some technologies, and now what we deliver to people is literally a birthday club. So you're joining a company that has a database of 250 million people in the United States that we know when their birthday is. In addition to that, we give you the tools. I mean, you've got diners every day that, by the way, have a birthday. So we give you the tools to acquire the customer information, their name, their birth date, their email address, their mobile number, and that all gets put into a database. So from the very beginning, in your first 30 days, you receive a return on investment. Very beginning.
Let me ask you a
Because
question. That's an excellent statistic and an interesting point. It comes to mind that birthdays happen every day of the week. It's not
yep,
just, they don't randomly occur on Saturdays. Sometimes they do, but you've got literally 7 days a week where somebody is having a birthday. And
right.
I know in my own family growing up and even now, it's like we don't want to wait for a weekend to go out and celebrate. If it's somebody's birthday on a Tuesday, it's like we're going to make that day special. And a
Right.
lot of times, think about the number of days that you could use new business. You can use an extra 8, 10, 20 people in each party and maybe have more than one birthday that night. It's a beautiful thing where you can literally drive business on a night that isn't a busy night already, like a Friday or Saturday. And you got 5 other days of the week you can drive business to with this idea. I think if it works that way, I think that's awesome.
It does work that way.
Okay, cool.
As we tell every restaurateur, it's predictable frequency. So, you're setting yourself up to turn your restaurant into the place to celebrate. And anytime you're celebrating a birthday, you're really talking about a party. The people around you that are dining, they also get in it too. I mean, how many times have you been in a restaurant where people, clap? They even sometimes join in on the birthday song. They'll
Yes,
buy
yes,
drinks. I
right.
mean, it's just
I
craziness, right?
know.
I mean,
Yeah,
that's how you make money.
yes, it's a
So,
beautiful thing.
as time went on, we figured out something. Restaurants just are not, we as owners are not always great at marketing our restaurant. And so, what we decided to do is do it for you. So we take that burden away from you of knowing whose birthday it is. I mean, every month we're going to give you a list of your current patrons that are going to have a birthday. You can even send them a birthday card through our service center that says happy birthday with the gift certificate attached. And every month, you got to think, how you're in a community, how many people do you think every day are having a birthday? There are 188,000 birthdays every single day in the United States. 188,000. So you got to think there's at least, a couple hundred near your restaurant. Why shouldn't they be dining with you? If 7 out of 10 people are, dining out for a birthday, why shouldn't they be dining with you?
That screams secret weapon and competitive advantage because
It
all
is.
the other restaurants in your market area, chances aren't thinking about this either. They're just singing
No,
the birthday song and sticking the candle in the cake.
exactly. So we make this super simple so you don't even have to think about it.
Okay.
It's kind of like coming into your restaurant and turning on the lights. That's how you should think of FanConnect. FanConnect, when it wakes up in the morning, it runs the software, starts obviously, and it finds you new customers through social media that are near your restaurant and that have visited your restaurant already. So you're getting the triple threat of marketing there, and it
Connect the
just makes it
dots for
easy.
me, Dyson. You said a statistic earlier, something about 250 million people in a national database that has birthdays attached to it. how do we make that connection between somebody's market area and that big list? And how many people within those zip codes that you select around your restaurant are part of that 250 million? And how do we tap into that massive amount of people that we know their birthdays in order
Yeah.
to be able to
So
market to them?
yeah, we just sit down with you in the very beginning and
Mhm.
do an interview. Most restaurants, the average patron will travel up to 5 miles to go and celebrate their birthday at a restaurant. So
Okay.
if you think
Mhm.
about that, we use that same philosophy about neighborhood marketing to go and put a 5 mile ring around your restaurant and invite those that are having a birthday. So we take, the first things first is that 5 miles. Second thing is we also look at discretionary spend. You know, we know that people that have $48,000 or more in a household income, have discretionary spending of at least 3% of that money. So we go and use that philosophy. Then we ask you the most important question. What do you think the average age group is that comes to your restaurant? Is it 25 to 65? Is it 40 to 65? Is it
Mhm.
50 to 75? And based on those numbers, we put that into a database. And sure enough, it comes up with an amazing, hundreds of different personalities that are about to celebrate a birthday. Now, one of the things we know for certain is females celebrate their birthdays out more than men do.
I wouldn't have guessed that. Okay.
Yep.
All
And
right.
it's literally almost 3 times. So, 3 out of 4 women dine out on their birthday, and only 1.5 out of 4 men dine out on their birthday.
Is that because men generally go play golf or something, or they do some
Yeah,
sporting event, and women are like very social? I want to go have a glass of wine. I want to get some friends together,
exactly.
that sort of thing. Okay. Yeah.
Exactly. Men usually give
Yeah.
men the birthday gift card, whereas women say, oh, let's go out and get the drinks, right? So that's pretty much how it is. We've done study after study to validate that in several different markets. And in every market, females, hands down, say that they would celebrate at a restaurant more so than men.
Okay. Well, that's an interesting statistic. But so now you can zero in on females too, because they're
Yep,
decision makers and they'll clearly make this whole thing work, whether men participate or not. You're marketing to both, but you're really targeting females because of that
that's right.
statistic. Okay. Gotcha so far.
And then what we also found is type of food or type of restaurant
Yeah.
really dictates how far you can go with your marketing mileage. So if you're a steak joint or a seafood joint with an average ticket of $60, you will be able to reach up to 20, 25 miles because your product is that good. Um, but conversely, if you're like a fast casual or something like that, you'd be stretching 10 miles. You really
Yeah.
would be stretching it.
Okay. That makes sense. Huh.
Yep. So we have all these expert, opinions and strategies that we've looked at that can really help your restaurant zero in on targeted birthday marketing.
And this is a system from start to finish done for you. We'll get into some more of the details, but it's proven to work a certain way by following a formula that you don't deviate from or don't deviate from very much. It's like, this is tried and true. This has worked for thousands of restaurants and blah, blah, blah. And it's custom designed for your
Yep.
restaurant, which means it's your brand, it's your theme, it's your concept. It's appealing to, not only your restaurant internally, but to the guests that ultimately receive it. And you work with a restaurant to graphically create this because you've got a graphics team that does this right on a very personal basis.
Exactly. And that's
Okay.
the most important part is, when you're, everything we do is personalized, right? To the restaurant and to the patron. So we think to ourselves, if the patron's never heard of your restaurant, we have to make them want to go to your restaurant. So it's not just the free meal. That most people are not triggered by that. It's, you know, definitely goodwill.
Yeah.
But what they're triggered by is the thought that you recognize them. And so we want them to see your brand in the best light, the colors, your logo, the food, the drink. And we put that into that's how we eat today is with our eyes.
Oh, of
So
course.
we get those great pictures
Yeah. The
and we
visuals.
put it on everything that we do that tell the story about what I'm about to get. and why are they sending it to me on my birthday?
Okay. Very cool. And it's a big mailer. It catches your attention, right? It's not just a
Yeah,
standard postcard. It's like, it's good
it's a
size.
jumbo postcard
Yeah.
that's all about birthday. It's
Mhm.
themed around birthday because we don't want the customer to think that it's junk mail. We want the customer to say, "Oh my gosh, it's my birthday.
With
Look at
an
that.
offer
Somebody."
offer that's clearly visible, right?
That's right. Yeah, so it's going to say happy birthday, Roger, right? And it's going to say your brand, Roger's Cafe, wants to give you a free birthday meal.
Let's share the screen really quick and we can sort of go through the custom mailer, which I know is on here, right? I think I've
Yep,
seen
right
it.
there. You just passed it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me go
That's all
back to
right.
it.
Keep going.
Keep going. There we
There you
go.
go.
There we go. Happy birthday, Allison. Okay, so what are we looking at? This is looks like the back some boys
Yeah, Backyard Boys
backyard,
Barbecue.
backyard boys
They're
barbecue.
using our system.
Mhm.
They've, from day one, the guy said to me that, what, this is the first phone call that I've received that absolutely makes sense and wants me to do it. So we designed this for him, and we told a story a few moments ago that women are most likely to dine out with you.
Yes.
Well, we put a woman on there blowing out a birthday, so you immediately know this is about a birthday.
Clearly. Yep.
And then we put their best food items at the bottom to make you hungry.
All right, I'm seeing that. Okay, so yeah, photography from the restaurant's best signature items, perhaps with a
Yep.
cake and the whole thing. And yeah, that's very, very compelling. It's like you get that in the mail. It doesn't look like junk mail, like you say, and you're not likely to throw it out. You're going to read what that offer is. Is there a catch? You're really going to give me a free meal? It's like, but you're going to look at it.
Yeah, so that's the first thing that we think about, just like everybody. Is there a catch?
Yep.
So when the person turns over the birthday mailer, it says, just come on in with your friends and family and celebrate.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it says. There's no catch. It's not like buy one, get one, or
Yes.
anything like that.
All
It's
right.
simply bring your friends and family and celebrate. So we're basically telling you how to do this. And how do you get, your meal? Well, we tell you, claim it. Scan this QR code, text in, or go to a website that we design for you.
Right.
And all of a sudden, you're capturing their name, their address, their birth date, their phone number, their email address. And you really want to do that because, first off, this is all about reciprocity, like I said before, to reciprocate, right? So I want the free meal. I'm going to give you this information. So that's the beautiful part. And that's step one, capture, build that list. And so, we do the same thing for inside of your restaurant. You got diners, you take the order, you whisk away to go and fill the order through the kitchen. They're making your food. And all of a sudden you want to jump on the internet to check the score today. Last night it was the first game one of a 7 series game in hockey.
Right.
So you might want to be checking the score. Well, to get on the internet, we provide the restaurant a hotspot, and the customer just simply puts in their email address and their name and their birthday, and they're whisked away to a website that says, hey, enjoy your meal. Thanks for stopping in. Join our birthday club. And you'd be surprised how many hundreds of people you'll capture in a month. Hundreds.
Well, yeah, you use the word capture, but you also have sort of a catchphrase that I like. I think it's connect, collect, and cash in, right?
Yeah.
So you're
Yep.
connecting with people, you're collecting their their email addresses and their contact information so that you can later market to them. And then obviously you're cashing in on the loyalty, the increased spending, the number of customers that come in and all that kind of stuff. So, okay. So far,
Yeah.
so great.
Yeah. So, and then if you, we do the same thing on Facebook for you.
Mm-hmm.
There's something unique about Facebook that I don't think a lot of restaurateurs think about.
Okay. What is that?
Facebook captures their birthday.
Oh, okay.
So every single person that's liked your page has a birthday.
Of course.
That's where we start. What's amazing about this is, almost every restaurant that we talk to has, lots of likes. Likes don't buy from you. They're just thumbs up.
Exactly.
And so what we do is we target those people that liked your page.
It's not a call to action alike. It's just
exactly.
I see it. I think about it for a split second and then I move on to the next thing without that missing call to action that gets them to take some kind of action.
Exactly. So we have
Okay.
a very unique formula
Yeah.
with your database attached to it. So this example where it says happy birthday and it says, if your birthday is the month of January, get a free meal on us, right? And it says it's up to $15. This is how you get it. And there's a bunch of little emojis in there to go and get you to look at it. Well,
Sure.
here's the cool part. As soon as you click on that or text in, you've captured the customer. As soon as you do it, they get the offer of that free birthday meal. It's built in with an expiration, so it's valid for that entire month. As soon as that month expires, it goes away.
Oh, okay. Good pointing that out. Thank you.
Yep. And we are also doing something a little more unique. If it goes away, 5 days later, our system very soon will go and touch you again and say, you know what? We noticed you didn't claim your birthday meal. Come on in and get it.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
Huh.
So
So you're not losing them. You're giving them another opportunity to take advantage of something that they missed, which.
Exactly.
Okay.
It's a perfect opportunity to really drive your business and reclaim lost opportunity. So if you want to go to the next one, a lot of people always ask us, next slide, and how does the system work? What's exactly in it? So what we do is we send you what we call the birthday club in a box. It's a big box. You will not miss it. It's very attractive when it comes to your storefront. I think your neighbors are going to be jealous of you when you get it. And basically inside of that box is everything you're going to need for in-house customer data capture. Everything. So we're going to give you a customer hotspot that allows for free guest Wi-Fi. So, we're going to solve two problems for you. One is building that database. Two is securing your Wi-Fi network. Okay. Now, if there's a big risk at having Wi-Fi, so leave your credit card processing, your point of sale on the other side, and just use our hotspot for Wi-Fi marketing. We're going to give you software that you can use any tablet to go and claim that customer's information. It's really easy. All you do is just walk up to the table and you ask the customer, hey, do you want to join our birthday club? You also get the instant offer from us for your next purchase. And they just enter in the 10-digit phone number and you've just captured their information.
Got it.
Okay. And then we give you shareable mobile coupons through QR codes. So we literally can give you a sticker, put it on your table. The customer can scan that and enter your club. Okay. And then, of course, we have the back office dashboard that allows you, let's say you're in your back office, customer calls and says, hey, I'd like to reserve a table for 5. I'm having a birthday. You can capture their information right then and there. Okay.
Several ways to capture that information.
Yeah. And that's not including Facebook or mailers, texting. There's a gazillion ways that we do it. And you know what? If you don't collect 500 people or more, then this is not for you.
But it seems as though you've thought of everything and it is really dialed, and you've had a lot of clients that have had success by following this formula like we talked about. This has been proven to work. It's done for you. So you don't have to think about it. All you have to think about is giving those guests a great experience when they come in.
They know.
And then everything else it's like on autopilot, right?
Exactly. I
It's
mean, we really have thought about, from years and years and years of doing this, how to take that burden, how to take the struggle off of your shoulders in getting something like this to work. This is an autopilot system that allows the customer to engage you and get it done.
When's your birthday, Dyson?
It just passed May 17th.
Oh, we missed it. We couldn't celebrate
I know.
Together.
But that brings me back to that, thoughts, oh, we missed it. Somebody might log in. You have a database. See the woman there looking at her phone right behind it, that
Of
picture?
course. Yes.
You have a database of all your customers. Did you know you can run a report from our system that will show you every single person that had a birthday this month, next month, and the prior month? And that'll give you the opportunity to hit those people immediately and invite them to come in.
Time well spent. Now, this is SMS and you're texting people and
SMS, email. Yep.
Okay. Either or. Now, there's also a statistic about SMS being more effective than email now. Is that correct?
Yeah, 97% of people are going to open a, text message. Think of it yourself. Your
Mm.
your phone sitting by you, and it goes bing.
Yeah, we're
The
addicted
first
to
thing you
them. They're
do
like,
is you
you're
want your
glued to it.
phone.
It's like, okay, who is it and what is this? And yeah, it's almost like you're
Exactly.
winning the lottery. It's like your phone dings you and it's like you got to pick it up like right then and there. Everyone does that. It's
Exactly.
human nature. It's kind of silly, but we're so connected to our phones that way. Yeah.
It is silly, but
But
it's
that's an
it's
advantage for the restaurant operator to send
and
a
very
message.
few
Yeah,
restaurants. A lot of people try to sell SMS on its own. That's fine. But the thing is, if you have a system like this where there's a real reason for connecting with your patrons,
right.
it's more likely to have a return on investment. I mean, you're not selling them anything. You're telling them happy birthday. That goes a long, long, long way. That's called goodwill.
And recognition. Yeah.
That's right.
Making
So
you
you
you're touching
recognize your
people in a
customer.
personal way. Yeah, which is
Exactly.
which is so important because there's technology here which is super important, but not to replace the hospitality and give them a real experience. It's just a catalyst or sort of a bridge to getting them there, but it's recognition, it's making people feel good. And it's, yeah, I mean, it's impulsive. You might say, wow, I wouldn't have thought of doing this, but now I'm going to do it because I got that message.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean,
Yeah, I can
every
see that
every
working that way.
customer that we talk to, you should see their eyes when it's face to face, and
Yeah.
you ask them, we always ask a very silly question. Do all of your customers have a birthday?
Yeah, of course. Oh, yeah. And I'm just
Exactly.
going to
And then
stick
they,
the
they
candle
kind
in
of
the
look
cake
at
and we're
us.
going to sing happy birthday.
Exactly. And then all of a sudden they look at us and you can almost see that they know where we're going.
Oh, yeah. Right. Because you had to plant that seed because otherwise it's an unrecognized opportunity that literally is rock solid there. I mean,
Yeah.
I can't think of too many other things like that are almost a guarantee with all the things we talked about and the statistics and how people just love birthdays and everyone loves to get a present, everyone loves to be recognized. And it's like, but you wouldn't necessarily think about taking it to this level in your own restaurant if you had to do it yourself. That's the point,
Right.
because
I
there's so
had
many other details to deal with.
exactly. I had a
Yeah,
customer or prospect once upon a time ago say,
yeah.
we've been open for 25 years. We don't need something like that. I said, oh, okay. I said, do you know what a financial advisor does? He goes, what do they do? I said, well, they take your money and they advise you where to invest it so that you get a faster return or profit from your existing money. He goes, yeah, okay, that sounds cool. I said, let me do the same thing for you. You said you were open for 25 years, right? I said, yeah. I said, okay, well, on average, how many people do you think you see in a month? And he goes, well, we do roughly around 2,500 guest checks. I said, okay. Well, the National Restaurant Association says that the average restaurant sees, per check, 2.3 people. So that means you, in a month, are seeing about 5,700 people. Now, quick question. You've been open for 25 years. So that means in 25 years, you've seen roughly 1.7 million people. Now, question. Out of the 1.7 million people, how many of them have a birthday? And what do you do to get those folks to come into your restaurant on their birthday? And the reason why I'm asking you this is because the same organization, the National Restaurant Association, says 7 out of 10 people are going to dine out. So if you're not doing anything to get those diners to come to your restaurant, isn't it true you lost 1.7 million sales?
And your competitors got it.
Right. I said, where do you think they dined? Here's
Mhm.
the other thing. If you average, let's say the average ticket's $40, which in his case it truly was,
Yeah.
that's over $69 million over a 25-year period.
Wow. Those
Now that's not,
statistics are awesome.
yeah, it's not saying that every single person's going to
Yeah.
come there. The rule of thumb that I tell everybody is, you know what? If only 5% of these people came in and dined with you, that's life changing. 5%, such a tiny number, but a big result.
Oh, totally. Yeah, yeah. What does that mean to the bottom line of a restaurant if you're capturing
Exactly.
that 5%?
Exactly. So
Especially when
5,700
margins are
people,
shrinking and all these other problems we're having. It's like you got to do
right?
everything you can to capture as many sales in the door as you can and make them profitable sales and make people obviously, work with them to get the check averages where you want them to be. And that's where your
Yeah.
staff come in. But
Everything across the
yeah,
board has just recently inflated. And so
right.
out of 5,700 people, just 5%, which by the way, you'll find the numbers are much higher, but we like to be very ultra conservative.
Mm-hmm.
And 5%, let's say your tickets were $40, that's $11,000 in additional revenue a month.
Take it.
That's craziness.
Don't leave it on the table.
Exactly.
Wow.
Pun intended.
Oh
All
yeah. I
right.
mean, there's so many opportunities that are lost forever if they're not captured at that precise moment of truth. And here's an opportunity where you either get that birthday or somebody else gets that birthday.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, it's birthday marketing is not new. It's often underused, but I guarantee everybody just taking your time this afternoon, this morning, whenever you're seeing this podcast, and just ringing that bell and say, you know what? I'm going to try birthday marketing. Tell you how to do it real quickly. What you're going to do is create a comment card, and you're going to ask every single guest to fill it out. At the bottom, it's going to say, we have a special gift for you on your birthday. Then you're going to hire a high school student, maybe even your own kid,
Yeah.
to go and put it into an Excel spreadsheet.
Mhm.
And every month, you can open that sheet, find the people that have a birthday, send them something through their mail, and get it done. That's the hard way of doing it. Or
Okay.
you could choose a system like us and automate the entire process. So you don't even have to think about it. It's just automatically done.
Yeah.
But you know what? I
Gotcha.
just gave you the keys to your own success. I mean, it is something that you could do.
Right. And the ROI is proven, and you've got great testimonials from some of your really satisfied clients that say, wow, if I hadn't have done this, I don't even want to think about if I didn't do this.
Yeah. So, couple of, I think it was a slide before we were talking about, we showed the example of backyard boys barbecue.
Yes.
When these guys started, it was a telephone call to them, and we basically introduced them to the same concept that we're talking about right now. That's around your restaurant this month, there was 4,600 birthday parties occurring. In your restaurant, there's probably 200 or 300 that we can get as well. And I guess the big question for you would be, can you afford more business? Because if you can, we've got an amazing proposition for you. Well, they've been using us for 7 months, and their ROI is $9,376 a month.
Awesome.
And they spend less than $1,000 to do it.
Huh. So $70,000 in like 7 months, right?
Yep.
And you said it's $1,000 spend. Wow. I mean, again, we talked earlier in this podcast about if you could have that kind of a return over and over again, I won't care what it costs because you'd keep doing it over and over again. Like if you had a money tree in the backyard, you could somehow figure out a way to, to print something and get a huge ROI. And especially with a done for you piece.
This is what Tim, the owner of Backyard Boys Barbecue, had to say. He said, we're seeing more birthdays and celebrations than ever. They get about 130 birthday parties or more a month. And their Facebook interactions and engagements have gone through the roof.
It's a constant party in that place, isn't it? It's like you walk in the door and there's like 10 birthdays happening all around you at the same time.
Exactly. And think about what's interesting is I get really excited every time I go to Texas Roadhouse. That's exactly what you just said is the experience.
Right.
You could sit there literally for an hour meal, serving, eating desserts, drinks, and literally hear and witness 8 to 10 birthday parties. At Backyard Boys Barbecue, it's almost the same thing.
Yeah, that's awesome. It's a party spot.
Yeah. Another one, Julian's Little Italy. This guy, Julie and I have turned into friends. And really what happened here is, he didn't have a customer database. He was looking to grow his business. His sales were under $55,000 a month, and he really needed to turn things around. His rent, like all of you, was going up every single year.
Yes.
His food costs every single day, right? His labor costs every single day.
That's every
So he really
day's
needed to
problems.
change
Yep.
something.
Right.
And so we met him at his most needed time. And the first thing I talked to him about was a database, birthdays. Those are the only things I talked to him about. And he was very skeptical. And all of a sudden I said, why would you be skeptical when one of your neighbors is using our system? And last year alone, they did $110,000 with us. I said, you know what? What do you have to lose? So he tried it. In his first month, he saw a 22% increase in sales. First month. Afterward, he's now doing somewhere in the neighborhood between $8,000 and $12,000 a month because of the birthday club. Now, folks, the interesting part about this is Julian nor Tim are doing anything extra in their business. What they're doing is they're cooking more food. That's what they're doing. And they're plating more food and they're serving more guests. Notice I didn't say then they're doing more marketing or
No.
they're spending more time,
Yeah.
with the hard stuff.
Nope.
What we're doing is a godsend for you. We become your chief customer getter. That's what we become.
I love it. Yeah.
Chief customer getter.
Yep.
And you're not paying us other than for the grunt work of getting that customer into your restaurant. And you benefit 100% of it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Seems like common sense, but not everybody's thinking about it, but they should.
I always wondered that, why don't you think, you own a business, why don't you think about another new way
Yeah.
of monetizing?
Yep.
It's not a charity, it's business. So we have to think to ourselves every single day, I have so many seats in my restaurant. How do I keep them full? I get more butts in those seats. And this is a surefire way to do it because it's an endless supply of customers.
No, that's the best part, because again, owner operators, managers are just trying to deliver hospitality to their guests, and selling more product is something everybody wants to do. Everyone wants to get more business in the door, but they don't necessarily have the wherewithal or the time to come up with a program that's going to deliver, that they have to execute themselves. So that's a beautiful thing.
Mm-hmm. And using Backyard Boys Barbecue again,
yeah,
we did a study. It actually cost them more to have a dishwasher than it did to go and run the birthday club.
Oh,
now, granted,
well, that brings it in a whole new perspective, doesn't it?
Right?
Yeah.
And you don't have to worry about any attitude. You don't have to worry about them calling out. You don't have to worry about 941. You don't have to worry about workman's comp. You don't worry about any of this stuff. This is a autopilot system.
Well, that's
ran by
that,
real humans.
Yeah, a dishwasher is absolutely required by the Board of Health, but it's not generating any ROI for your business. It's just a cost of doing business that you have to have in order to do what you do. So that's a great analogy.
Yeah, like you just said, you need your dishwasher. She can literally break your business. Dirty plates, no one's going to eat off of them. Clean plates, you love them because you can put food on them. So they're a necessity. The electric, the gas, a necessity for cooking and dining. Well, this should be a necessity to getting customers in your seats.
Walk us through the timeline, Dyson. Let's just say my audience is intrigued and they want to learn more about the birthday club and they decide this is for me. I want to do this. How long before they sign up, they get birthday in a box, and then it's literally set up and they're literally getting that return? How long does that process take on average?
Yeah, you want to go down, I think it's 2 slides.
Okay. This one here.
Yep. So first off, let's talk about your question. Your question is how long, right? From the day that you get it, within 2 business days, your birthday club is enabled. It's ready. Within 1 week, your first ads have been put on Facebook and your Facebook postings are started.
Gotcha. Uh-huh.
Within 30 days, you start seeing your new birthday parties.
That's fast.
Yeah. And like we tell everybody, within your first 1 to 4 months, you'll see a 1.5 to 4 times return on investment. After your first 3, 4 months, you go all the way up to 8 to 10 times. So, when you're thinking about this, I want you to put away, oh my gosh, I have enough to do. Who has time to do all this stuff? I want you to forget about that, because this is what we do for you. We use our own platform to get it done for you. So you don't even have to learn it. You don't have to be, sitting there and going through installing software and learning how to use it or getting your staff to use it. Nope, that part's taken care of. We customize your program for you. So you don't have to worry about what's this thing going to look like, because you're going to prove it. Okay? Because we want it to speak your language to your prospect. Okay? Then that provided birthday in a box has all the automation necessary. So again, you don't have to lift a finger. Okay? We'll teach your staff through a very simple 1, 2, 3 process on how to redeem any and all birthday redemptions coming in the door. We do that so that we can measure how much money you're making and how much it costs you to make it. This is not really cost. This is how much did I invest.
There's that magic word. It's not a cost, it's an investment. And everything should be approached with that mindset, for sure.
Absolutely. If you have to think to yourself, this costs me money, this is not for you.
Yeah, correct.
If you have to say, well,
how much does it cost? You can't afford it because you don't deserve it.
Exactly, pretty much. I mean, so if I'm going to invest $5,000, what do you want to make? Well, we suggest at least 4 times, right? I mean, that's a real investment. That's what you would expect out of the stock market.
Yes. And that's conservative too.
Yeah. So, and then you're going to get these new customers through, Facebook, our massive database, and your existing patrons. So you literally get 1, 2, 3 ways of making it money. Then you get the 4th way, the additional revenue from special occasion marketing that's built right into your system that you already have. So remember, birthdays are the number 1 celebrated event. Guess what? Mother's Day is number 2. We got you covered.
Valentine's Day, it goes on and on and on,
exactly.
right? Oh, I'm catching
single
on to this.
month.
Oh, I wouldn't have thought of that. Thanks for bringing that up. So yeah, we focus mostly on birthdays, which is the biggest opportunity here. But those other opportunities are pretty significant unto themselves. Like you said, Mother's Day is huge. Valentine's Day is huge. Other holidays during the year are big restaurant holidays. And this platform works for all those things.
So 12 months in a year.
Yeah.
There are 12 opportunities. And then you have your birthday club. Oh, also your anniversary club.
Oh, yes, the anniversaries too.
And now you're talking, you have 14 built-in marketing systems for the same price. All you have to do is just take care of your guests. Let your chief. That's exactly. Let your chief customer get it done for you.
I'm impressed. It stands out to me that you're not just the CEO of this company, but you're a really hands-on guy that works with a lot of your clients one-on-one. You talk to them on the phone every day. Like, this is your passion. You believe in this so strongly, and you love seeing results, and you love helping restaurants take this to the next level. And you actually work with them every week, if not every day, in addition to your team, right? So you're running a company, but you're in the trenches with your people, and you're getting people, turned on to this and loving the results.
That's exactly. Awesome. It's there's a million things out there that restaurants are introduced to, or they're tried to introduce to. Some of them work, some of them don't, some of them marginally, some of them greatly.
Yeah.
But they say restauranting is an industry, a community of folks that like to be hospitable to other folks. I call it my brothers and sisters. We're on the same bed. We're on the same situation. Some of us have highly successful restaurants, others of us not so much. And at the end of the day, this is a tool, this is a service that works from somebody's advantage of being where you currently are. Whether, again, you're successful or you're not. I mean, I started a business that wasn't thriving from day one. We had to work on making it thrive. Taking these ideas and giving them to you is literally the holy grail. And the reason why is because you don't have to change what you're doing.
How do people find you, Dyson, and how do they get in on this great opportunity? Just by,
Yeah, so go down a couple of slides.
Okay. The birthday club. Oh, wow. Your personal phone number is here.
Exactly. That truly is my personal cell phone. Okay. Please, there's lots of businesses out there that really need and want my help. So, take advantage of it, but be ready to be helped or to work with me and understand, what we're talking about. Yes, you got to get that good feeling, got to get to know me, like me, trust me. I get it. But at the end of the day, I'm giving you that opportunity. I'd love you. Pick up the phone, call me. If you can't pick up the phone, you can email me, or better yet, go to FanConnectBirthdayClub.com. FanConnectBirthdayClub.com.
I'll
And
put
that's
all
going to,
this in the show notes as well, Dyson, the phone number
awesome.
and that URL. And people can definitely check that out. That's easy. So obviously it helps for you to tell our audience that, but if they miss it, they can just go to the show notes and get this as well.
Yeah. And you know what? You took a lot of time and patience to sift through this. Yeah, I hope that you've learned a lot of neat things through this conversation that Roger and I had. But you know what? Because you did take that time, I'd like to give you a bonus offer.
Oh, what would that be?
We're going to include our special occasion marketing at no extra cost.
I'm going to put that down too. Special occasion marketing included at no extra cost.
That's a $200 a month value.
$200 per month. Wow, that's generous. Thank you. $200 a month.
You're welcome. And the reason why I'm doing that is because you came here with the idea of learning something new, and I hope you did. I gave you the ideas how to start your own club. And, I hope the insights, the numbers, all the accolades from, our customers, testimonial to the National Restaurant Association, these are real statistics that, have been given to you so that you can make not the decision to do it, but to use this information starting today, if you really wanted to start banking more for your business.
Fantastic. Well, thanks so much, Dyson. You shared a lot of new thought-provoking ideas here that I think, everyone should take a closer look at. I mean, it's just obviously everyone has birthdays and this is a done for you system and you've thought of all the details and, wow. So I definitely encourage the audience to check this out and call Dyson up on his personal phone number and get started. Why not?
Roger, it's been a pleasure. I always love talking about the birthday club.
Well, thank you so much, Dyson. Thanks to our audience for tuning in. That, again, was the Restaurant Rockstars podcast. We'll see everybody in the next episode, and I hope you all stay well. Thank you. That's a wrap.
Awesome.
Thank you.